Well, hey, it's Monday, Airfix and chill. Good evening, gents. Good evening to everyone that's in the chat. There's so many in the chat already. Crumbs. There's like 70 odd comments. So I'm not going to go and read everybody out, but welcome all, everyone. I have invited a few newbies on tonight. Wayne Welly's going to pop in and have a chat with us as well. Scaly Models, I've sent a link. I've sent a link to Nigel, so hopefully he might be able to pop up or pop in. And John Parker as well. I've asked him if he wants to pop in as well. In the Discord, if I think Miss Model is busy again tonight, but if she could pop in, that would be really good. Because the topic tonight, I thought we'll go for a bit of a good. I think it's a good topic to have. Part count. Now, there's so much we could discuss about part count. I'm not going to lie. I kind of shy away from large part count. There's some kits out there that's got basically umpteen parts for interior, and you'll never see them. And sometimes I've built kits, ignored the interior. Sorry, let me turn my phone off. Where's me? Turn it off. Right. Start again. So yeah, there's lots of bits where I've with interior and stuff, and I've just not even bothered with it because it's never going to be seen again. But I thought we'll have a chat tonight, and we can talk about it because I know that there's certain kits or certain manufacturers that use their levels of difficulty by what's inside the box when it comes to part count. So, laying it on. With Mini Art, releasing, is it a Stuart Honey this next month? Is it coming out next month? A lot of parts in there. Would you be scared of building it? Throwing out there. I know you, John, are really tempted to buy that kit and have a crack at it. But then, so would part count really push you away from buying a kit if you think, there's a lot of parts there to clean up and paint?
No, if I'm dedicated to that build. So in other words, it's going to be like a multi-part, a serial build series. For instance, I'm doing that Panzer IV with full interior with the tracks. It was 1,900 parts, right? But I knew that going into it, and I don't just do those. That would really burn me out. So if I'm just doing one really high part count build at a time, I'm happy with that. It's cool. I can kind of really get into it. And that Panzer IV, I'm going to do sort of a diorama with it. So I've got the crane, and I'm going to have the turret off. And because you're putting all that time into the interior, I'm going to have the hatches open. So you can see it. So if you're going to do something with it, it's great, but it's not something I want to do for every build. But if it's like, okay, I'm ready to do another one of those now, it doesn't turn me off.
Alex, when you do a kit with a high part count, do you think to yourself, oh, this is going to be a 3-week build, or this is going to be a 6-week build? Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah, is it like kits where you think? Because for me, my whole channel is based on people wanting at least 1 or 2 bits of content a week. I've put off doing that Rockwell B1B Lancer because there's quite a lot involved in that because of the size of it, and I think it's a lot of editing to do. Do you tend to build kits more now because you want to get it onto your channel? So part count really is something that you look at when you build.
I wouldn't say I look at. So I don't look specifically at things like part count for a build, of whether I'm going to do it and put it on the channel or not. But part count definitely. I mean, I looked at that. I mean, we looked at it a couple of weeks ago now.
Yeah.
That's Stuart, and it looks gorgeous, right? But I wouldn't do it.
No.
That number of parts, that level of complexity, and if I was doing a 1/16 kit, that would kind of, as a, this is probably the only model of this I'm ever going to build kind of thing, a big project, which I'll probably look at as a year project, that kind that kind of scale. For a 35th scale kit, that's it's a small tank. The Stuart
Yeah.
frustration that's going to happen there.
Mm.
I mean, sometimes I would prefer, and I'm sure you're the same, Moss.
Yeah.
A fairly simple kit.
Mm.
Sometimes, and like John said, you've got to balance it, right? Otherwise, you can get burnout. But if I saw a kit and it's got like 1,000 parts,
Yeah.
it's going to make me pause for sure. And then it puts it into a different category, right? It does put it into the big project category for me, for sure. Yeah.
I get that very much so. Sonny, what about you? Do you worry about part count when you pick a model?
Nope. I just pick what I like the look of. When I come to it. But I actually get on the opposite. I get really excited about high part counts. I just, I don't know. I just enjoy it. I kind of enjoy it more because it sounds kind of weird, but it feels like I'm doing something.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And but I think as well, the more detailed, I feel like the more fun I can have with it.
Yeah.
So I'm the same as John as well. It's not something I want to do all the time, but I would do it on a regular basis.
Yeah.
If there's kits there that are like that. When it comes to stuff with interior, I kind of think about it for all of about 5 seconds and probably still buy the kit anyway. I because I didn't realise I'm buying that mini art kit next month now. Now I know that's coming out. I'm getting that. There's no two ways about it. Once I saw it the other week, I was like, yeah, because that's going to be fun. I know there's a lot of details, a lot of stuff that's not going to be seen, which is a bit shit. But I think if, like us, because we're doing it on YouTube, everybody's going to see it.
Yeah.
Well, I say everybody, the amount of people that watch the video are going to see it. And you've got like recorded history of it, so you can see it. And again, particularly if you like most of us, we do sort of social media stuff, so all the update photos get posted out. So I've always got the history of it on Facebook and Instagram as well. But I get more excited about more parts. I don't know why, especially if it involves photo etch as well.
Oh, you said
I know. I should change my thing. The Sadie's modeler, because I love stuff like that.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I think it's because I think it's because it is more involved. Because there's plenty of kits. Like this one, for example, the Tamiya KI61. Beautiful builds, fantastic detail. I got that built within less than a day. If you spread across the time, obviously because of painting, but roughly within a day. Yeah, and that's cool. But we do that nearly all the time. Most of my builds are quick, straightforward stuff. So when I get a chance to do something really involved, I get really excited about stuff like that. Especially if it can involve. I mean, I probably won't do it with that one. Maybe I maybe do a small vignette, but especially if it's something I can do, not a good, interesting diorama with as well. So.
I think the caveat to the part count piece for me is it really depends where that part count is. So, like, I really enjoyed the Airfix Spitfire, the 24 scale, which was 433 parts or something.
Yeah.
But none of them felt unnecessary. Everything felt like you were doing something and building towards something, and you could get involved in it. I also built a Dragon JS2. Which had individual track links, and I wanted to cut my own throat. I look at some of the mini art kits, which have not just single links, but they have links and then pins and then little bits. And I just think, why? Why would I do that to myself? That doesn't look like fun. That looks like a chore.
It depends. Now they build up though, because I had a similar one with what was it? The rifle model Sherman. That was a very similar one. So you got the way the pads are made up, you've got a top and bottom and a bar. So you got one bar and about 4 pads to fit together and try not glue them together. But they did give you a jig to make, so it did make it a lot easier to do. but you've got to be very careful with it.
You are a masochist, Silly. Therefore,
I
know, but it gives you flexibility. You get stuff like that, though. I mean, it depends on obviously what you want to do with it. That's usually probably the more important part of it. Now, if you want to, I did do a diorama, but not a very exciting one. But if you want to do like a real rough terrain diorama, you can pose it better then, because you've got the cool flex in the tracks and stuff. But it is. It's like everything, It depends on what you want to do with it. But it gives you there's a good option there if you want to do that. If not, there's an easier version of that somewhere else that you can get. That's the way I see it anyway.
Chris Newman said, "Do model companies look at part count as part of the cost, or is it just based on scale? A Spitfire can have 30 or 400 parts, but it's still a Spitfire." I think he's raised a good point there. I think they do look at part count. Every part. I see the issue I have, and we've all said it. And a lot of you still agree with me. Why is it that Mini Art can make something out of 8 parts when it could be molded?
Yeah, there is that. Yeah,
with 3 parts, and that's not just them. ICM do it. There's Gecko. You talk to people. Yeah, you talk to people about the ambulance, for instance. I know it's a bone of contention from people that the Gecko one is full of parts, but it's more of a nicer build to build the Airfix one because they've got less parts and it doesn't seem to make any difference. And I think also when it comes to Spitfires again, when you look at the Airfix Spitfire, the 172nd Classic kit to the starter set, once they're put together, can you really see the difference in them, part count wise? You still end up with a very accurate looking and nice looking Spitfire. And as I said, that's one of the things that just put me off doing that Bronco Jeep that I did with the Banter. The Bantam. The engine was made up of 9 parts, and when I put it together, I was thinking, well, you could have done that in 3, or the top, the top end, the bottom end, and then have the fan on the front. That's all you needed. But it was 8 parts, and I was like, this is and the other thing about tracks is that I understand people like to do individual tracks. My argument is this: if you're going to do that, just bag them up, take them off the sprues for us, because the biggest battle is taking them off the sprues and cleaning up each individual one.
Yeah,
and I think that's why a lot of people don't mind doing link and length with the metal stuff, because it's all individually bagged. And all you got to do is put it together and put a pin in. And I can see the benefits of that. Somebody put down that one of the kits, I think it was the Sherman, and one of them was the Sherman. It's over 1,000 parts just in the tracks alone. So each part would be made up.
Get the 1/35th scale Dora railgun.
Yeah. Yeah. The extra parts add anything. If they do, then great. Yeah, I think. But then when you don't, but unless you look at an inbox review, you wouldn't know that, because they don't tell you that with ScaleMates, does it? That's one thing you don't see on ScaleMates. Airfix are very good on their website because it tells you how many parts is in it. Revell, they give you a level, so the higher the level, the more parts have, because as I said, it's not really to do with how easy a kit can go together. It's all to do about the part count. I think everything's added to. Anyway, Wayne, how are you, mate? All right? He's on mute. You'll put your microphone on. No, so you're muted, mate.
No, you're good now.
No microphone, mate. Can't hear you.
But it's good to see you, Wayne.
It's good to see you, mate.
Can't hear you, but it's good to see you.
Yeah, we can see. But the more parts does increase the tooling costs. Obviously, it does. There's a lot more. There's a lot more
plastic there that they have to spend on material, so it's not just
and design.
Yep.
What about you then, James? Are you somebody who goes for part count or goes for lack of part count when you're building things?
Oh, I build things that I like, so that part count doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Although saying that, I will say that Airfix, the decal designer, is a sadist. because they've done stupid amounts of stencils.
Yeah.
See, I like that as well.
Yeah.
There is a lot of things wrong with me, I will be honest.
Yeah. We'll buy you a GIMP mask, don't worry.
Are you
Like,
speaking now,
go
Wayne? Oh, we got voice from Wayne.
Hey.
Hey. Do you,
Yeah, for
do you
some
build-
reason he was going through my Elgato capture card.
Oh, right. Fair enough. That's easy done. You must, as a man who likes a Bismarck, you must like a lot of high part count when you build your kits. Being a boat builder.
Well, I've only built the 1200 one yet. I
Mm.
still haven't touched the 350 or the 700 scale one yet.
But which one would out of the two? Which one would you do first, the 350 or the 700?
The 700. But then I also did have that motorized one from that show. So I got another one to add.
Mm.
But it doesn't give you a scale on that, but I think that's a 700.
Yeah, but you don't really worry about part count then when you build models.
When it's unnecessary, I'm a bit like, what's the point?
Yeah, I get that. Fenris, you don't really worry about part count, do you?
Not at all,
No.
because I don't know. I tend to just like to build what like the subject more than anything else. Subject first, then manufacturer, then maybe part age, then part count. Maybe it's kind of my order of consideration. But partially too because at least for me, it feels like part count doesn't. It's not the full story of the part count, if that makes any sense. Like, because we said before, how often is it a matter of are they just adding extra bits that do stuff or don't do stuff? But also, is it excess weapons so you now have the decision of what you want to put on your kit? Is the kit giving you different options for wheels up and wheels down so you have two sets of landing gear? Is it giving you option parts so that way you can build it from this year, or is it, so you can do it as a -A or a -B or, whatever the case. So I feel like part count, it's part of the picture, but it's not actually the full picture to part count. If that makes sense.
Well, that's the Gannets. The Gannet's a prime example of that, isn't it?
Yeah.
You've got enough parts in that Gannet box to do 1 in 5/8 of another, of another bird. All you really need is another fuselage, really, isn't it? And you're pretty much done, because you could do one with landing legs, with wings out, wings folded, and have one with the, gearing up, gearing down. All you really need is the extra fuselage parts, really, and some canopy. But
and you have an entire sprue of weapons.
Yeah. An entire sprue, which I reckon you'll probably see people buying that kit for those weapons to put on other planes. The reason I also brought up part count was that I went to Bovington Scale Model Show on Sunday. Airfix was there, Dale was there. He was there for the 2 days, and he had the models like that Chinook. The Chinook looks fantastic. It's when you put it, we had it next to the Sea King, the 148 Sea King, and between them, there's not a lot in it between the two sizes. If you see what I mean, that is going to be it's going to be a big kit. That 172nd Bravo November is going to be lovely. Really am looking forward to getting that. But I saw a lot of Rubicon models. I've got one here, haven't I, somewhere?
They're the little ones, isn't it?
Yeah, 156.
Yeah.
I saw a lot of cash being traded for these kits, and I think that because they go in for I believe it. I wish Luke was on tonight, but he's working. I would have they're for the gamers, aren't they? They don't care about it. They just want to get it built quick.
Bolt action.
But straight in, and then you can get on with the painting.
Yeah.
I also think that's where 3D resin print's going to get involved, because I went to the 3D Gizmo stand, and that Dingo car was there again, and that is my next when I want to go in and get some. I'm going to buy one of those dingoes off him, and that's a very low part count as well because most of it's all 3D printed on that kit. And I was wondering whether that's another sway onto, there's definitely a niche in the market where people don't want to spend the time, doing complete builds. And the thing is that when you talk to people who do a lot of part count, they like the fact that it's all designed as sub-assemblies. So when you build the Sea King, it's all like sub-assembly together, isn't it?
Yeah.
And you can add and take away, and so you could build up a sub-assembly like the Spitfire 1/24 scale, Mark
Or the
9.
ME410.
Pardon, sorry?
Or the ME410, because that's got
That's a lot of sub-assembly. Yeah, so you can paint and build. So maybe that's the future of the scale modeling, is that with the, to build them in sections and put it together and then finish off with one big spray job. But that's why I was talking about part count. Is this the way things are going now, that people are more interested in the actual painting and finishing off the model than the actual build itself? The challenge is to get to a place where you can do what Sully does with his, and weather it and get it ready, get it finished.
Yeah, I think some of that. I think some of the historical part with parts count, trying to not use part as much, is before like 80s onwards, I guess. You needed more parts to get more detail because the limitations of the molding. So if you wanted to make a seat look more detailed, you had to make it more pieces. And that was the case for a long time. And mini art are kind of the logical extension of that. But I think, as you mentioned, Ross, 3D printing kind of turns on its head because you can get extreme detail in a single part. So you can print a wheel which has all of the spokes on it for a wire wheel, for instance. So you don't need to have a 58-part wheel that's a nightmare to assemble. You just get one little piece, you trim it off, and you sand it, and then you've got all that detail. But you haven't had to piss about doing all of the cleanup. So, and before, I guess, like the 90s onwards, it was resin parts, photo etch. That's where you got your detail from. So the base kit didn't necessarily need to have that. So I think the parts count almost bloat. I think that's the bit that I get caught up on. If it's parts count bloat, which I think others have alluded to, then it's not welcome, because it's just like, I could have done this in one piece and it's been done in 8. Whereas if you're looking at I couldn't have got the detail any other way than putting these 3 pieces together, that's great. But I think 3D printing does sort of throw a spanner in the works of the point of, well, where do you actually go with more parts? Or where can you just say, well, actually, we'll 3D print this and put in. And I guess Revell are doing that a little bit with their Platinum Edition kits. They're not going for just, okay, we'll retool this or we'll add another sprue. They're just like, right, we'll do a photo etch set with this and sell it as a different edition of the kit for a lot more money.
Well, that's what's happening with the B52 in there. That's coming out later this year in Christmas time.
Yeah, which is a horrible old monogram kit. I don't know.
But maybe it was a horrible old monogram kit, but because they're doing they're adding resin and stuff to it, it'll make it a bit better.
Maybe.
It's not black and white. That's the crux of the matter. It's never black and white. People have complained about the Qatari Spitfires because they've reduced the part count by molding more details into the fuselage size. Yeah, but with that, the moldings are very good in that Spitfire.
I think some of the complaints also come from the fact that it's £100 and they don't include an engine. So I don't think it's just about the reduction of parts count.
I totally buy that. I've got it up there, and I look at it every so often and think, what, a 1/32 scale. But then we go back to the argument is that they've done us all a favor by tooling that so that we don't have to cut. The thing is when you're having to cut multiple parts off little parts and then sanding them, because the biggest risk of losing parts is that pinging off the sprue. So you're giving less to the carpet monster when they've done that in a kit than having it all separate. You know,
some people are really into the assembly, right? So the word comes up, but you know, you have folks that are assemblers, and so you were just talking about sort of the other side of it, where you have folks that they're not assemblers, they're the painters and the weatherers and that kind of stuff. So you do have folks, and that's what they're into. I don't view it as derogatory at all. It's just they're assemblers. That's what they enjoy doing. That's the part of the hobby that thrills them, is building up the kit. And then, you know, maybe they'll give it a rudimentary paint job or whatever, but you know, that's what they're into. So I think the part count, I've sort of got my feet in both ponds, but you know, there's definitely the assembler part of me, and then there's the painter sort of light weathering part of me. But yeah,
saying that though, John, as somebody who builds cars, sub-assembly in cars doesn't really exist though, does it? You know, you build the engine in situ inside, don't you? You know, for instance, when you build, and I keep going back to the Airfix Spitfire because it's for me, it's one of the greatest looking engines. It's all one assembly, and then once you've done it, and I think the Hellcat's the same, isn't it? You build that engine and you whack it in. But when you do a car, you have to build it in situ. So there's not a lot of sub-assembly going on within that side of scale modeling with the cars.
I don't know that I agree with that fully though, because like at least the ones that I built, you build the engine separate, and then you build the chassis, and then you attach the engine, and then you build the interior, then you attach the interior, then you build the tires. So they do have sub-assemblies. It's a little bit different, but I've always seen it as having a bunch of sub-assemblies.
Oh, fair enough. I was just looking at it from realm of,
but you have your curbside cars where
Yeah.
So there's either no engine, you know, and maybe there's some parts molded on the bottom or that you can barely see. Or, you know, it's like an AMT kit and you've got 15 parts to the engine that you have to put together and then add to the chassis at the end.
Yeah.
Because the Revell Shelby Cobra has where you can build the V8 engine on its own, and then it's dropped into the chassis then to connect to the driveline and all that.
Okay, fair enough. I was just the cars I've built, I tend to have had to put when the chassis is all together and you're building the engine inside that chassis sort of thing. That's fair enough. I was just trying to, put it out there, that.
And I wonder if that's a manufacturer thing too. Now that I think about it, because I haven't built a whole lot of Airfix cars, but like I'm just thinking mainly about the AMT and the Revell cars I've built. So I'm wondering, there might be a manufacturer line there as well.
Yeah. The older 32nd scale Airfix cars, a lot of them had engines in. I think for the day, I think they were really detailed.
They were, but they
used to they used to do good, excellent engine detail on Airfix.
Yeah, they did.
What about that 24 scale Bentley one?
Yeah, Celtic's building that at the moment. That Bentley. Why are you going to put in the chat, Celtic? What's your thoughts on that Bentley? How's it gone for you? A lot of people were moaning that there's a lot of flash on it, but it's an old kit.
Yeah, very old kit.
The ones I've seen built have looked pretty spectacular. To be fair, remember, that kit was designed, and still, the leather seats had detail, very good detail on them.
Yeah.
So
it's the only car model I've ever seen where you turn the steering wheel and the front wheels turn.
Yeah,
I've never seen that on anything else. Was that Kenworth? That Kenworth you built, Moss? Did that not have an engine in it?
No, that's basically that Kenworth is basically a click type kit, really.
Ah, right.
You still have to glue it and everything, but they designed it so that there's very little in there that isn't
thrown together.
You throw it together.
Because the AMT 25th scale American rigs were incredibly detailed.
They were, and they're not even. You can't really get them anymore either, can you? A lot of them.
No, not really.
But then again, you're going back to there was high part count back in the day.
Oh yeah.
It's not a new thing.
No.
It's just, it's sometimes when you build a kit, you're sitting there and you're thinking, why did you make that decision?
Yeah.
That's what you got to think about. Why did you do that, Mr. Designer?
Yeah. Why did Matchbox put 2,000 odd sodding parts on a ship?
Yeah.
That's why I said
The flower class, isn't it?
the flower cast one, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
I wouldn't mind that.
I wouldn't mind that.
Yeah.
Have you built that one, John? Have you?
Which one is that?
Sorry, John Parker. I was talking
No,
to.
I've never had it. Never had it.
I've built it.
You built it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It sounds like you had lots of fun.
I did.
Oh yeah.
Lots of filler.
That's it, isn't it? Lots of filler. But yeah, a Spitfire without an engine, it will be so disappointed. That Merlin looks so good. Well, every 1/72 Spitfire doesn't have an engine, does it?
No.
There comes a point where you have to cut the line and say that's it. And I think people are correct about the Qatari was, 1/32 scale. Really, you could fit an engine in that. Does the Revell Hurricane, the 1/32 Hurricane, that has an engine in it, doesn't it?
No, it hasn't.
No,
The
it doesn't.
old-
No, that's right.
The old tool one has.
The old tool one does.
Yeah.
And
And
then
I
the Mosquito as well, doesn't it? But that's only got one engine.
It's only got one engine. Yeah, I built that about 6-7 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was surprised I unboxed the ICM 48 scale JU88, the P1 version, but it's based on the A version kit that they have. I didn't realize that has two engines in it.
Yeah.
It has two Jumo engines and I was like astonished because I really wasn't expecting it. And I think there, if you've got an option or you've got extra parts that add an option, I'd never considered. Well, actually, I could do this now with the engines exposed, or one of the cowls open or whatever. I think that's good. There is the flip side of that if you don't use them, or if you build it and then just close the cowls, it's like nobody will ever see that.
Yeah.
It's
a two-edged sword.
It is.
Have you ever built the new tool Airfix or Revell B17G?
Yes.
Why did they bother to waste all that detail inside the fuselage when you can't see it?
Yeah.
I mean, half the part count on that kit, you can't see any of it.
But is that why people do buy it though?
Yeah. That's why I bought it.
I knew somebody who built it so you could take the fuselage off. The wings and the fuselage came away, and then he just put it back together again, and he had like a couple of clips. But mad.
What? Which is the latest vintage classic that's coming out this year? The 124th. Is it the P51D?
P51D Mustang. Yeah.
That has an engine in it, doesn't it?
Oh yeah. All the 24 scale aircraft had engines in.
Yeah.
Some of them were a bit rough.
Oh,
yeah. Well, we're having this debate because I said today, people are chunnering at the fact that the 1/24 scale Mosquito is selling for about £180 to £200 at the shows. And and I said to him, I go, but I'm not, to be honest, if you release that Mosquito now, I bet you wouldn't be shy off that price either now, would it?
No,
and he went, no. There's a lot of plastic in that Mosquito.
I think there's about 600 parts in the Mosquito, isn't there?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, there's a lot. 2 engines in it as well.
It's a big plane.
It is a big plane.
I've done it. It's a big model.
You built that one, have you, Solly?
Yeah, I built it a while ago.
Yeah.
It's the kit.
Not bad, actually.
Because Airfix were dead that they wouldn't be able to build it, so they did.
Was there that was actually was that Humbrol time or was that own when it was?
No, I think wasn't it just in the transition stage when Humbrol sold out?
I thought it was 2006 release. I can't remember what the box art was. The box art was that red box art.
It wasn't. No, the first releases weren't red.
Yeah. Kosik's just said the Bentley is full of flash, takes a lot of sanding, a lot of fettling. I've done loads of scratch building on mine. It's taken about 2 years on and off, but I've enjoyed building it. So yeah. But it should be ready for Yeovil. Hey, will it? You want to take it to Yeovil? Brilliant.
Lovely.
Don't sneeze.
Yeah. There you go. And, most of the internal detail of the new Airfix Wellington can't be seen. And the instructions
That's right. Yeah.
and leave out.
Yeah, I did that. I didn't put half the stuff in.
Yeah. But they
even put the toilet in.
Well, yeah. Well, Airfix have never released kits with one side clear plastic.
No, they
But I found out the reason why they don't do that. It has to be a separate tool.
Oh.
If you did a clear,
Of course it has, yeah. Of course
you
it has.
have to have it as smooth as a mirror.
Yeah.
He said that at the Seeking Day, didn't he? He said that it has to be 2010, was it? So
2010.
2010.
Oh wow.
Well,
I've seen people do.
It was an Airfix. It is an Airfix original then.
yeah. Oh yeah, it's an Airfix original.
So it was in that blue box then, in that red box.
I think the original tooling was released not in a red box. I think it came out in some of the boxes they were trying to get rid of during the transition. But it's one of the biggest boxes I've ever seen Airfix produce.
Yeah, the one they got on
The
scale
one I had
is
was
the
red.
attack on, was it the Amiens prison?
Right.
And that is a red box, but I don't know whether that's the original one.
Yeah. But yeah, that mosquito. As I said, it's something that, you know. Oh, by the way, I got hold of a TSR at the weekend as well.
Did you?
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
I saw one on eBay being sold for 35 quid. I was going to text you.
Yeah, I bought mine for 35.
Did you? It might have been the same one I was looking at.
The 172nd ones at Bovington are going for around 68 to 75 quid. And this guy gave me one sealed, and he said, "Go on and give us a price." And I said, "I don't know." I said, "You make me an offer." He said 35. I said, "Here you go. Here's me credit card."
Cool.
Didn't even wipe the snot out of my nose. Just give it. Here's me card.
I have heard that you'll have some fun putting the fuselage arms together on that.
Yeah. Well,
Zinzan just did a.
Oh, they banana, don't they?
Yeah.
He
What's
just
that?
did a Zinzan just posted a walk around video. He went to the air museum, some air museum. I know you have several of them. I don't know if it's Cosford or
I think it's Cosford. There's one at Cosford, isn't there?
Cosford, and he does a full. He just posted it, I think, this weekend. Where he does a full walk around of the video showing you all the stuff and talks about all these details. It was really interesting. So yeah.
Yours is hanging up off the roof. Your Lightning too. Your E Lightning. Sorry, yours is hanging off the roof, isn't it? It's upright, isn't it?
Yeah.
What a crap place to put it, mate. You can't take pictures of it. I want you to go in there tomorrow and to take the thing down so we can have a proper look at it.
I'll tell you what. I'll tell you something. I don't know if we should actually, but I'll tell you something interesting about that building. It was never originally supposed to be open to the public, apparently.
Really?
Yeah, apparently because the Cold War was going to be going on the syllabus or whatever you want to call it, and it was all partly done around that, but then it changed, and because mainly 3/4 of the collection was going to be in there, so they changed it. But yeah, it's not. If you want to get some good photos of it, it's not the best really, but you can see it quite well.
Yeah.
Do a bit of abseiling, Sully.
Yeah.
Exactly. When you look at the box art, you've got a Lightning next to it, haven't you, on this one?
Yeah, that was a chase.
But this one's sealed, baby, and I want to build it, but I might just buy another one. Then leave that. If I can find another one that's, or if somebody has one for sale, give me a shout.
There was one in Cardiff near me. Someone was selling it for 50.
Yeah. Was that the 148 or the 172nd?
72nd.
Yeah,
Because the 148 is 90. £90. And there's no,
I'll tell you what, Ross. I've built the Airfix early tooled Lightning F1A.
Yeah.
That's really enjoyable build. It's
Yeah.
amazingly accurate.
Yeah.
when you think how old it is, and it's worth getting it if you wanted to build it as a chase plane for that.
Yeah.
You can pick
Oh,
it up cheap.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Pick them up
I
cheap.
still was sticking. I got mine for free.
Yeah, that'd be nice, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
I got the well. I got the 48 scale one given to me a few weeks ago.
Yeah. But we tend to going back to part count though, we don't tend to worry too much part count when it comes to planes as much. It's more about the armor side, isn't it? That's where part count is unjustly high when it doesn't need to be. I'm so when you buy, I've got the Rubicon one I'm doing at the moment, the T54 I've got, on which Luke gave me to build, and I think the instructions are wrong because I don't think the tracks are right. So I try to put tracks together and they don't fit. There's a fitment issue with them, but anyway, that's what I was going to look at. But the other one that I've got, the tracks are pre-made around the wheels, and I've seen kits, and does it really make a difference? Would it be better to have them already with the gear in the wheels and have the track all done, have it molded as one piece? Is it better?
No, I think it's harder to paint.
No, it's harder to paint.
Yeah.
I think the best
Very
way
nice
you can
clean line
produce
on them.
an armor kit is the way Airfix.
Well, that's pieces and then put around, isn't it?
You've got separate wheels, inner and outer, and the track is one piece. And you literally lay the track onto the inner wheels, and then you hold it in place with the outer wheels. So you can paint everything up completely separately, and then just assemble it.
Have I got a Cromwell here? I think I have.
I think all armor kits should be made like that, especially in the small scales.
Yeah.
Cromwell, the Cromwell I got is the 76.
Yeah.
Was it 76, the Cromwell? I can't remember now.
I picked it up from Aldi's for the Christmas thing.
Right. Yeah.
If memory serves, I think a few of the Tamiya kit ones are make the tracks one and the wheels one piece. The Universal Carrier is, and the Japanese Bulldozer, the one piece molding.
I built a JS3 once where the tracks were all one piece. Nightmare. Terrible to paint.
Well, the Airfix one.
No, it wasn't an Airfix kit. It was ICM or something. Rodan.
Yeah.
It might have been Rodan. It was something like that. It was a long, long, long time ago.
Yeah. It's it as I said, that's where the part count really hits more, is with the armor side of it. But yeah, and I say again, somebody said that mini art, you can either buy it with full interior or not now, can't you?
Oh, I don't know.
Well, I think it's Tacom. You get the Tacom bits kits, don't you? So
Yeah.
I built the Hobby Boss Panzer 1, and the part count on that frightened the living daylights out of me.
Yeah.
Because it's only 35th scale and it's got over 800 parts. All the tracks are individual links.
Yeah.
But I'll be honest with you, when you actually put the tracks together, you can sag them the right way, and the overall effect was fantastic.
Yeah. $200. That's £100. That is poor price. Yeah, because Australian is 51 pence at the moment to the pound.
Is that?
Yeah, it's 50. Yes, I'm looking at Outlaw Paints at the moment. So I was looking at the exchange rate between Australian dollars. It's 51 pence to the pound at the 51 Australian cents to the pound at the moment. So like 1,000 is about £900, I think it is, or something like that. But it's a lot of money, and there's no guarantee, when Airfix are going to re-release it. If they do it at all. If they do it at all.
I was waiting for you to buy that.
Is this the closest thing to a Bearcat?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We have the theory that Moz buys a kit, then Airfix announced it a re-release.
Yeah, but isn't the mold for that kit in Japan or something? It's not in England, is it?
No, what happened was Airfix sold plastic to a Japanese company to release it as like an anime release, wasn't it?
Yeah, I can remember that. Yeah.
And the decal sheet did come with the RAF roundels on it as well. But all they did was sell the plastic. They didn't actually. It's not really Airfix.
So the actual jig is still here.
And I think that would work. You know, if I think it says something about a company if they're able to sell their plastic on. Yes, the Stratos 4 anime version. Yeah, that's the one. So, yeah, it could be a good thing actually in the future if they did, get to a place where they could sell their plastic on. But ultimately, Dale. So I spent half an hour with Dale on at Orpington. I had a good old chat, good old yarn. He's doing all right. He said he's excited for the year. No hints were given, which is a shame. I tried to catch him up with these things. But yeah, hobby time. Yeah, if you want to send it, mate, that'll be fantastic, and I'll give you some money for it, mate. If you want to do that, that'll be brilliant. Oh, sorry, where's it? Where's he gone to? Yes, please. That'll be fantastic. If you get it down, that'll be brilliant. Because I'll keep one and then build one. I'm definitely going to build it. The original Airfix TR2 decals are too dark. They were toned down on the real aircraft. Well, yeah, because they had anti-flash on them, didn't they?
Yeah.
Was it painted anti-flash, wasn't it?
Hang on, I'll see if I can find mine. They were just slightly lighter than the original.
Yeah, they were similar to the Vulcans decals.
Yes, that's the best one to go off. Yeah, they were just
the faded roundels. They were all like that. Yeah.
Yeah, they are a little bit darker.
Oh. Yeah,
they should be a lot. The white should be almost pink, to give or take a tone or two, but there should be quite a faded tones on those ones. They're not bad. I mean, I think they're acceptable. It doesn't show it very well on there because it's a bit darker, but they're acceptable for the kit, like. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you know, it just depends how pedantic you want to be about it.
It is what it is, isn't it? So I look at that decal sheet and my heart just sank, seeing that the red spots and the roundels are separate. That annoyed me a little bit. Now you just showed me that decal sheet. That's really upset me, actually. I'm sorry. I'm going back to mini art.
I would, if you're going to do. I mean, mind you, I'm not even going to do mine as this anyway. So, but if you're getting one of the old ones, you're going to better off getting new decals anyway. Really.
Yeah. Well, that one's sealed. See, somebody said to me, because I said it's sealed as well, I said I can't check the decals. He goes, "Oh, there'll be nothing wrong with those decals." I think that when they were making these planes back in the 90s, I think there was too much acid in the paper, or the backing paper. I think it's the acid in the paper that causes it to go yellow. There's that reaction. And it, and they say, "Oh yeah, but it's sealed." But yeah, so you're telling me that even though this is sealed, the air inside it is 1990s. The height of when we were worried about acid rain and stuff. You remember that? The same time we were worried about our chickens having salmonella in the eggs. You know what I mean?
It was sealed when Chernobyl hit.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and the fact that we were worried about eating beef,
fish with 3 eyeballs. Yeah,
yeah, that's right. Yeah, God, how we lived back. I was only saying the other day, we get worried about terrorism, don't we, around the world? And I still remember going to London and the teacher saying, the height of the IRA, and we just lived our lives, didn't we? With the IRA in our London, say, all right, give them their due. They used to warn us there was a bomb somewhere, but, give us half a chance. But we'd all run to a McDonald's because, we knew that you never saw a McDonald's being blown up by the IRA.
No.
Because,
Wonder why that was.
Yeah, exactly. If there was a bomb threat, you head to the nearest McDonald's, mate. That's what you would do. But we used to live it, and now terrorism is such a thing that we're losing our own liberties with CCTV and everything else, and bringing in identity cards and whatever. It, we need to live a little. It's. I know none of us want to die, but for religious freedom, it's a bit, yeah. Anyway, going off the subject a little bit. Where's my? Oh, I've lost my screen a minute. Hang on. Where's my screen? There it is. Right. So, Rubicon with the small part with the 156 small part count. I'm just trying to think of other model companies that have gone for that sort of small part count. I know Airfix did it with the starter set. Where is it?
Models, they do it.
Yeah, they do it as well. They got a small part count. Yeah. And also there was, what's the other manufacturer?
Italeri with their 70-second ones.
Yeah. They were small part count as well, weren't they? Mm-hmm. But if you can mold it into the actual thing, that would be the answer, wouldn't it? As I said, I just put it out there. I just find myself when I see a kit and open it up and there's like 25 sprues in it, I end up putting it back in the box and shelving it. It's lazy,
have you ever seen a Humbrol Harrier T4?
No, is that a bad one, is it?
It's only 15 parts in it.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, the Vintage Classic Antarctic was a very small part count in that, wasn't there?
Yeah, probably, 26?
Well, there's no cockpit detail or nothing, is there?
Did that kit still have the landing gear options?
Yeah, all three gear, all three.
All the three different gears are still in it.
Yeah, because I used the skis on mine.
Yeah.
I used the skis. And actually, that was a really interesting design because the wings fitted to the glass.
That's right.
On the canopy glass.
Same
so you spray the middle bit black.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, the Lysander was like that as well.
That's a good kit. I enjoy building Lysander. But anyway. Right, so let's talk about part count. Anybody built a kit this week or started a kit this week they're enjoying it at the moment?
I've got two.
You got two. What are you building at the moment then, Sonny?
I'm regretting the one at the moment. Well, the fighting with the one. So I'm fighting with this Bren because I bought some upgrade tracks and I'm already looking at bombs to know what to upgrade tracks for it. Because these are an absolute arse. Because there's no decent locating pins for these two bogies for it to go in. These the length tracks, and they're just shit. So I'm just looking at getting some 3D printed ones which are one piece. Yeah. This is going to get completely painted in some right arse about face. So I'm doing all the interiors one paint. So none of this is glued. The bodies, none of it's glued together at the moment. I'm giving up on them tracks now. So sod that.
What manufacturer is it, mate?
Tamiya. The Bren itself's Tamiya. The tracks are. I don't even know how you pronounce this one. Those. Is she? I don't know. Don't know how you pronounce those, but those ones anyway.
Riker, is it? RIIC.
Oh, it's an R. Yeah.
It's an R. Yeah. I've heard of them.
Yeah, it's just very fiddly. They're nice. They look great and everything. I mean the bogey's been up quite nice, and they're quite nicely detailed.
Yeah.
But there's just no decent locating for it to fit on here. I'm just giving up. Because there's no proper location there for it. Because that's what I've done is I've cut the original lug off the Tamiya one to fill that gap, and I've drilled a small hole for that tiny nipple. It don't sit properly anyway.
Does it slip?
Sometimes if you lick it, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's just, I mean, they're nice. They're really nice tracks. They look better than the rubber ones.
Yeah.
Because I mean that you see it, yeah. So that's them, and that's the rubber ones. I mean, which are you going for? Because it ain't them bastards. No. Yeah. So it's been a bit of an arse, but like I says, I've got this all built up, so it's in. you know.
What are you going to do with that one then, Sully?
I'm just really simple with this one. I was going to make a nice tiny little vignette for it, just enough, a little bit outside the model itself.
Yeah.
Nothing. I'm not going to go mental with that one. It's just a nice simple. I want to do a few simple ones because I've got a big one that it's going to be involved, quite a bit involved with. So I want to do a few straightforward ones, and then that's it. That said, I'm doing this one, which I've got to paint the model for.
Wow.
So
good luck.
Yeah,
That's
I know.
Tamiya, that one as well, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Tamiya one. That's lovely. That.
Is that the Tony?
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolute. I'll tell you, it's a stunning kit. I saw James from LPG do it a while ago, and I've wanted to do it ever since. So this is one of two models, probably, I wouldn't say ever, but definitely recent times that I'm actually doing the box art for.
Yeah.
Because I very rarely do a box art. I'll always do one of the other ones or get something completely different altogether for it. So I've just got a few bits. All this is all matte. So far, none of this is decal. So the band down the side, all the roundels.
Or decal, yeah.
All that's all painted. It's all masked. I've had about 5 masking sessions on this.
Really?
So I had one for the blue banding, one for the roundels, top and bottom sides, the tail, the nose, and the identification bands at the front.
Yeah.
And the walkway those sort of like walkway markings. Then I'm going to mask some of this back off again because I don't trust myself to get overspray on any of that to do all that modelling.
Yeah. Fair enough. Right. Well, you
on that.
It's a lot of work, isn't it?
The A-clad finish is really nice on that, isn't it?
Is it Alclad, is it?
No.
Is it A-clad or is it just silver?
It's Tamiya. Tamiya
It's
flat
Tamiya.
silver. Yeah. Flat alley, sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Nice
come
and
out.
simple. Yeah.
They reckon don't buy the new Alclad if it's being bottled by Ammo by Mig now, don't they? They reckon it's not the same.
Yes, I've heard that. I've never used Alclad, to be honest with you. I've always
But
meant
it's
to get
ammo,
some, but
innit?
never done it.
It's an ammo, in it, so
Yeah.
2 weeks to dry before you put another coat on, isn't it?
Yeah, see, with this most of this was done in about. Well, I know once I'd done, I think those. I masked everything off and then did those, so I could get most of that done in a couple of hours. Well, painting was not masking it, obviously, because it took forever.
Yeah.
But like painting, once I'd done one, I could pretty much do with the other one within about an hour, or less than that, actually, in some cases.
What colour did you use for the etch on that? The interior colour.
Oh, 2 seconds. I think it was dark yellow. Hang on.
The Tamiya yellow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought Alclad was an enamel paint, not a lacquer paint, is it? I thought it was enamel. Alclad.
I'm not sure.
I thought it was enamel.
Alclad is very lacquer, and actually it's a really, really hot lacquer. It's got the paint to solvent ratio is it's really high. So it's one of the hottest paints you can use, that Alclad.
John, it was that one.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, it's Tamiya.
Dark yellow, and it's really thick because it's really old and there's not much left in it. It's really gunked it up a little bit, and I need to use it again to do the wheelbase on the bottom because I've got to be painting the same colour, so that's going to be fun as well.
I built the Airfix Zero a few years ago, the new tool one, and the etch on that is a weird Asia sort of blue colour, isn't it?
Oh, the metallic blue.
It's like a weird metallic blue.
Yeah,
really weird. I had to mix it
it's
up.
nice. It's a nice colour. I've got the Tamiya specific version for that. 'Cause did another one. Oh, that was for a Zero. It's beautiful colour. I was thinking, what else can I use it on? Because I only bought it for that.
Never seen it on anything else.
No.
On the Raiden, I think you can use it.
Yeah.
on
Because the,
Tamiya's
Kates,
Raven.
the Airfix Kate, I did the interior on that in aluminium. It was all
Yeah.
like silver
Bobby Times just said the same. Always use Alclad, great stuff. The new stuff is naff. So is it an enamel lacquer then? Because I'm sure it's enamel.
No, it's
That's right, Dutch Dave. It's
it's
okay.
lacquer.
Right. Okay. Well, I thought it was. I did have the set here. Here you go. Alclad 2.
It's on the bottle.
Yeah.
Isn't
So, all right, hold on. I've got.
Yeah, Alclad 2 mil spec enamel paint.
It's enamel.
Well, the Alclads that I have, they're enamel lacquers.
But look at the, you know.
Yeah.
I was going to take a hell of a lot of mixing, I think.
Have you ever used that before, boss?
Never used it.
No, I've never used it. I don't know what it lines like or anything.
No, I've never used it. But then I'm all outlaw paint now, aren't I? So,
it must be enamel if it's not shaken up, because normally Alclad do the bottle. It's like 5 shakes and it's totally in suspension.
Mm. It's got you know, no, this is definitely this is going to take a lot of mixing. This is, I tell you, you can still see it there. It's like very thick at the bottom.
Okay, yeah, then yeah, it's enamel.
So that's I thought it was enamel. But yeah, I've never used it. I'll tell you the reason why I bought it was I was going to do that Avro gyrocopter thingy.
Oh yeah.
And I got it for that because of the guy I saw who built that mini art Avro. It was stunning. I asked him, "What paint did you use?" He said, "Mil spec Alclad 2." And he said to me, he goes, "It's enamel base, but it's really good." And it looked absolutely fantastic. Right, I have to go and count my parts now. Say hi and say hello if you're in Bovington on Thursday. What's happening in Bovington on Thursday? Oh, we only went there on Sunday. I am going to go to Tank Fest. I think that'd be good. They got Tiger One Day as well coming up as well next month. Was it the month after? So I might go to that as well. I love Bovington. I can spend hours there going around.
Have they got their Matilda running yet at Bovington?
The Matilda's been running for years, hasn't it?
Has it been running for years? I wasn't sure. I know it was in restoration a few years ago.
Yeah, they've had it going for a long time, that one. But yeah, so that's the Alclad 2. So I thought it was enamel. So it must be an enamel lacquer then, I guess.
I think the real person who would know would be Nigel.
Nigel would know, yeah. Where is he anyway tonight?
Yeah, where is he?
Where is he?
Probably down the pub.
Well, DM me if you need a hotel for Tank Fest. Why? No, I only go up in the day. It's only about an hour and 10 minutes for me to get there. So I just go up there and do my bits and then come back again.
It's about 3 hours for me.
Oh, there's a big
for me as well. 3 hours.
There's a big half term there and includes model making. Oh, fair enough. Have you seen the pictures of the engine of your Hurricane? I'm finishing the B17. So you're talking to somebody there.
Yeah, Jason started if anyone's interested, Jason Model Kit stuff started a B17 group build. Kind of
Has he?
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, that came out this weekend too, right? So, yeah.
Yeah, it's all going on at Bovington. It's a cracking museum. If you've not been to Bovington, then where have you been in your life?
I am being
I love it there. It's a fantastic day out.
It's like Duxford, isn't it? Duxford's a good day out and all.
Yeah. Somebody said not to bother with Cosford, go to Duxford, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I won't disagree. As much as I love our place, Duxford is one of the best. It's just really expensive to get into.
Yeah. And they've got a bag out there as well, haven't they?
Yeah, they
Nobody gives a shit about that.
Yeah.
And they've got
Seriously, have any of you actually built a Bearcat, or was it just me?
I'm just
I am going.
for you, Moss.
No, not me.
You built the old Matchbox one, didn't you, John?
No, I built the Hobby Boss 48 scale Blue Angels one.
Yeah, the Blue Angels one. Yeah.
It's actually a nice kit. Fits like a glove, doesn't it?
It's all right. It's a bit soft in places. I had to repair mine. I got to the model show on Sunday, and the leg had snapped off underneath.
Oh,
You know,
the Bearcat with a broken leg, but it was sore.
Oh, it was. Yeah, very good. I was there with super glue and Tamiya extra thin, trying to get the thing to stick.
Yeah.
Proper snapped it was. I was chuffing at me. I was like really angry. But that's one of the things I found. As soon as I've been showing my models off, I get breakages. The Concord's broken now.
Yeah.
I need to find a better way of moving them around and stuff. But I try to keep it all within one box because I normally get a lift with somebody up to these model shows, so I don't have to drive. If you've got two boxes, you're taking the piss a little bit, aren't you? Especially when they've got their own two boxes in the car. So, but yeah, it was a really good day out at Bovington. There was loads of models there, lots of good deals, some bargains. I didn't go on the Saturday, I went on the Sunday. It was a lot quieter on the Sunday. And I think the next one is, I think there's a model show in April. I think the next one's in April. Let me just check my diary. I think the next one's in April. There's the Oval one is next month. Is it Salisbury? Is that coming up? That's a good model show. That's a very good model show. But I won't be going to that because it's on a Saturday. If I'm working, I won't be going. If I'm not working, I'll go. But as I said at the moment, we'll see. You could go to Monkey World next door. All right, okay. You know there was that there.
Has anyone got any plans to go to Riyadh this year?
I do have plans to go up there.
Because I fancy going to Riyadh this year. I haven't been for about 10 years.
Yeah.
I really wanted to go last year because they had the 262 flying, didn't they?
They did. Because the Tornado, they got a new pilot for the Tornado now, haven't they? For the air shows.
I was reading that they've got a new display pilot for the Typhoon 2 as well.
Or is it Typhoon? Is it or Tornado?
Is it the Typhoon 2?
Is he a gingerhead lad?
Yeah.
Yeah. They were advertising it on.
He's supposed to be a bit wacky, isn't he?
Well, let's hope so.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm actually going to Riyadh.
Yeah. I haven't really got much else to say, really. The park camp debate's gone absolutely crap. I thought we'd get 2 hours out of that one. It's only done an hour.
Was anyone ever had a kit that's got a really high part count and it's frightened the living daylights out, and then when they finish building it, they wonder what they were worried about?
I've got a Chevrolet a Chevrolet C60 breakdown truck from IBG models. That's quite high in the old part count.
IBGs go together nice.
Pardon, sorry?
They go together really nicely.
IBM kits.
Yeah. I did a Scammell Pioneer, and it was one of the best kits I've made. It's vehicle-wise.
It'd be interesting if we see any of the Thunder models hitting our workbenches this year, because apparently they're making a comeback, aren't they, this year? They do a couple of good scammels, don't they?
Yeah, Nigel was. I don't know if you ever finished, but Nigel's working one looked absolutely stunning.
Yeah.
I keep meaning to get my hands on one, actually. It's just one of the things. I'll see something else instead. But I do intend to do one.
Yeah.
They do look pretty mint.
I know Airfix were going to release them, weren't they, in their unboxings? That never happened. Yeah, 3 or 4 years ago. They were going to release those scammers. Because, the scammo is the lorry to do. If you do World War II, it's the scammo, isn't it? Proper
it's
beat
awesome.
to it.
Especially when you see one in person.
Oh, it's the sound of him, isn't it? It's proper isn't it? Like, it's proper girty, isn't it? Like,
Do you know the thing I like about the Airfix trucks that they build in 76? is that you can convert them really easily because they're just chassis bodies on the top, aren't they?
Yeah.
They make them for really easy conversions, especially the AEC Matadors.
I wonder if we will.
What's that you got there, Moss?
Yes, I was just
Found this in my. There you go, in my stash.
Oh my god! Maybe just hand for the cockpit.
What's it like? What's it like?
It fits together so, but the canopy painting is a nightmare.
Yeah, that's a good shout. Wonder if you can get what's it called? Bloody hell, you are right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's look at the canopy, man. Oh dear me.
Canopy wraps around the interior and then it sits around the wing.
Oh my word! Look at that. That's like made my balls go inside my body. That canopy. Oh, seriously, I didn't realise it was that bad.
Oh yeah.
Ella.
Hopefully.
You've got some nice trimming tape, haven't you? Yeah, that's it.
Oh dear.
And then you got a
Hopefully
dome.
you can get a mask for it, Moz.
I wonder if you could.
You should be able to, because there seems to be a lot of those kits going around at the moment, and I think you should be able to get a mask for it. I'll be surprised if you can't.
I wonder if Airfix will re-release this as a Vintage Classic soon.
They might do.
You know what I mean? Which one is Revell releasing? Is it this one this year?
Not sure.
Alex, which one are Revell releasing? The Blum and
Revell, I think, isn't it the one?
No, it's the BV222.
Oh, the 222, isn't it? Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Oh my word.
To say the aircraft designers were smoking something wacky when they designed those.
It's an understatement.
Look at the front end of that bad boy.
Yeah.
Oh my. Oh.
You've got an open and closed tail cone for the rear gunner.
I reckon that should be a members only live build.
Oh my word. Yeah.
If you did a group build on that, I wonder how many entrants you'd have.
I'm going to get the patch design this week. But I think if Airfix released that or retooled this, that would sell really well.
Yeah, it probably would.
Yeah, it's a
Have you ever read Winkle Brown's book?
No, I haven't.
If you've ever read Winkle Brown's book, he's got a little part of the book where he test flies the BV141. His comments are hilarious.
You know, for the age of the kit, it's got a little bit of cockpit interior detail. Look at that.
It's not bad, Jack.
Good news, they do a mask set for it, Moz. Edward do a mask set for it.
How much is it? Like 14 quid or something?
£7
more than they can.
But yeah, that's on me. That's on me. My list.
Just paint the canopy before you put it on the aircraft, Moss. That's what I do.
Be asked for that.
Paint the canopy and then just scrape it clean with a cocktail stick.
Yeah. The old cocktail stick method, isn't it?
Yeah.
No, I do say I do like. I was going to ask Alex actually because I saw he Yova Model Show did pictures of his shop. And,
yeah.
I use Nicoban now or Nickban. I was wondering if your blue tape was the same as this stuff, Alex.
Yeah, it's washi tape. Yeah.
Yeah. So that what is HM then? What is that manufacturer?
Oh, no, that one is. I think that's Hobby 2000. I think that's
it's a Hobby 2000 tape, is it?
This isn't, but the stuff I've got in the shop is.
Because if it is that stuff which has got like a waxy feel to it, I reckon it's better than the Tamiya tape.
Yeah, it's like it's almost
it's rice paper.
Yeah, it's paper. Yeah, exactly.
So I don't think the Tamiya tape is all that anymore. I've gone off it a little bit. Since I started using that now on my builds, I don't use Tamiya tape at all. I think it's very good stuff.
At the moment, I only use the Revell masking tape.
Which
But
is the
that's
same.
only I can get hold of, that is.
Have you got a shop near you, have you, Wayne?
Modelling shop would be Bridgend. Otherwise,
Bridgend.
it's going to Cardiff.
Yeah. Ain't too bad for you, though, is it, going to Cardiff from where you are?
No, because it'd be... the model shop to me is either Firestorm or Hobbycraft. Otherwise, it's Cardiff town itself. And then I don't like parking in there because it's expensive.
Well, parking in Cardiff?
Yeah.
It's full of Welsh as well, is the problem.
Oh. That wrong with the Welsh? What are you saying?
Especially
I mean,
if he gets nicked for speeding.
Yeah,
At least the birds fly normally over Cardiff. If they fly over Birmingham way, they're upside down. There's nothing decent to shit on, is there? Nothing worth shitting on.
That's why I fucking left. We'll be back in 2 seconds. It's tea time.
The canopy does it fun. It's going to be a nightmare, that, isn't it? I didn't realize the canopy was that bad.
Yeah, you'll have some problem with that.
I mean,
there's a lot of glass in that, isn't there?
Yeah.
A lot of glass.
I think Hobby Plus
like
do a 148
individual
scale
panes
version
or
of it.
something.
Do they? What's that, Alec?
What? That has like 30 individual panes or something, right?
Yeah, more than that.
Yeah, like 50 or something.
Joe, when you look at the box art on these old Airfix kits, they are pretty good actually for the way they finished it and that. And I doubt they use an airbrush. It's look at the arse on it, man. Look at it. It's like half a plane, isn't it? It's like we built half and that's fun. I wonder if Airfix will re-release that this year.
Some of the images on some of the artwork for that era of Airfix kits, I didn't think the kits were built up that well.
No.
I mean, they released the Spitfire Mark 1A, and if you ever see a photograph of it, of the canopy fit, it's dreadful. You think it's professionally built.
Yeah. Well, I was on the critique group last week, and somebody was mocking the Chinook, or the Chinook, where it is, and
the new tool Airfix kit,
the new tool one, saying that the design, the one that they had at the show, looked crap. I had a look at it. I thought it looked pretty good when I was there. I didn't see no gap around the canopy. A bit scratch like, but it isn't being painted. It's just put together with nothing doing to it. Yeah. It's got the bubble glass on the third window back. It's got the bubble.
It's not on general release yet, though, is it?
Next month, isn't it?
Something like that.
The next month.
He said that hopefully everything that's been announced, apart from the starter set jet, which one was that one again?
Don't know.
Which
the
one was
Typhoon.
it? The Typhoon. Well, that won't be released till December time, but the rest is all going to be done they want everything out by June, July.
All right.
Good.
So,
I think Airfix is going to have some up their sleeve for this year because it's commemoration of D-Day, isn't it? I think they're going to have that release.
It'd be good if they did. But there's definitely something in the works, isn't there? Dale, when I said, I was chatting to Dale and I said, "Oh, what's the new releases this year?" And he smiled at me and he said, "I can't wait for you to see them." That's what he said to me.
Good.
I left very happy anyway.
Cool. The
Hampton, he was saying that he was hoping to get most of it all out by June, July. Whether that's the new kits or not, the start sets, the lifeboat is, as I said, when they didn't see a dry run of the lifeboat, all he had was that Chinook. So,
well, they had the box of the Chinook, didn't they?
It wasn't the original box though. It was like a print off that they had like sellotaped to a box. So,
Does anyone build the Airfix Hamden?
Apparently, it's good, isn't it?
The one I built was made out of Indian plastic, and it was bloody awful to work with.
Yeah.
It itself is okay. The engines are a bit crude. The pilot figures are their usual terrible pilot figures.
Yeah.
Kit's not bad. It's interesting looking kit.
I reckon that lifeboat's going to be a good seller this year.
The Shannon class.
Yeah. The
Yeah,
new one.
The other one. The other one's a nightmare to put together.
Yeah. See, that was another one that was released around the time of the takeover.
I remember they did a gift set, didn't they, with the Sea King?
They
it
did.
was like a diorama set with the Sea King and the Devon class lifeboat.
But the new Sea King's better, though, isn't it? That 172nd, that was the old Sea King, though, wasn't it?
The original Sea King they had with that kit was the old S61 kit from the early 60s. And I think James has got the new tool. Haven't you got the new tool, the yellow Sea King?
I believe it's the 2016 tooling.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Which Chris designed at the same, Chris designed that from 148. Yeah. I can't wait for them to bring out the 148 with a yellow scheme.
Yeah,
that's the one I want to do for that Sea King.
You want to use that yellow?
Yeah, he wants to use the yellow, doesn't he?
No outlaw in anger.
One coat, mate. One coat.
See, Moss is like Nunu. Nunu likes pink. Moss likes yellow.
I like yellow. Yellow's good. Yellow is a good color.
Yeah. Well,
even in Airfix, if you look at Airfix Model World magazine, like James from Sprue Box gave them a yellow to try, and they blew them out the water. They said it's the best yellow they've ever used. So, it's well, we'll see.
I've seen a 48 scale Anson in yellow. That was really impressive.
Where was that to? What, a model show?
It was online. Somebody had a video of it and they were putting it on their channel on it. It looked really impressive. 48 scale Airfix Anson.
Hugh Gordon said the Aaron class was tricky but built to a cracking model. Looking forward to the 7 class. Looking forward. No, the Aaron one. That is the 7 class, isn't it? Isn't the Aaron Isn't the Aaron 7 class?
Yeah, it's the same. The Aaron 7 class.
Yeah, same. And because I have got it here. Get it down. Here you go. There it is. There.
Yeah, that's it.
That's the one. 60 pence. But there's the sprues.
It's quite a bit of plastic, isn't it?
All in one bag. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's a split hole.
But even on the first page, you cut to the water line. You can cut it with the water line, can't you? They give you the option.
Yeah.
Or you can leave it and put it as on a thing. But yeah, it's I haven't got time to build it. I really haven't. I'll see.
Auction it off.
Auction it off, yeah.
What are they worth now? This is an old tooling, so it won't be worth as much as the new one, will it?
Well, it's probably worth more because it will be crisper molds.
Right.
Yeah.
So how much do you say you paid for that one?
Yeah, the molds will be way better.
I think I paid 50 quid for that.
Will be way better.
I think I paid 50 quid for it.
You see,
Oh.
I've always said this in my inbox reviews. I've always said that if you buy an older tool kit, you'll get crisper molds. If you buy a newer tool kit, you'll get better decals.
Yeah.
So what you need to do is buy both and then sell the older decals with a newer tool kit.
Yeah.
You get the best of both worlds. I mean, I remember building the Revel repop of the Heinkel HE115 from Matchbox.
Yeah.
It's a really interesting kit. Fits together like a glove, like all Matchbox kits do, but it wouldn't have been anything like the finish I had if it wasn't with those Revel decals.
Yeah. I think that's what I'm saying. A lot of the decals, it's the one that goes, isn't it? It's the, you buy these old kits. When I built that Frog Hopspur glider kit, and I was painting it up, dipped the decals in the water. As soon as I put my brush, they just went to powder and died.
Was it a Frog kit or a Novo kit?
Novo kit.
Yeah, the decals and Novo kits do that.
They went to powder.
Yeah, as soon as you touch them, they just disintegrate into a million bits.
Disintegrate. Yeah,
they all do.
Absolutely. I was devastated.
Mm-hmm.
So you pre-order that one for $36.49. So if somebody wants it for 30 quid,
there it is.
There it is.
Yeah.
You want it for 30 quid? Give me a shout. I'll send it over.
That's a humble boxing as well, isn't it?
It is. It actually says, it's a humble boxing, but it says on the end,
Hornby. That was Hornby getting rid of the old boxes.
Yeah. Well, they didn't get rid of it. They just didn't redesign them. They just printed them off and put Hornby on it.
Well, no, because they had a load of stock of Hornby boxings kits made up that weren't released, and they just put that sticker on the side.
It's not a sticker, mate. That's what I'm saying. It's not a sticker.
Yeah. And then they changed the serial number. They put an A prefix in front of the serial number, didn't they?
No.
Is it not?
No, it's not even a sticker, mate. It's not even a sticker.
Interesting.
Yeah. Where is it there? See that?
It's also still sealed up.
Still sealed, yeah.
What's that? Sorry?
It's all sealed up still.
Yeah, the plastic's all sealed up, isn't it? It's yeah.
That would be the same era as your TSR2, wouldn't it?
It would be. Mm-hmm. It's all sealed. I'm just checking now. Yeah, it's still sealed with the
plastic.
I might have a bash of that thing one day.
One day. I think Luke had a crack at it and gave up with it for a while.
Really?
And then again, I've still got that bloody poker kit that I haven't finished yet. That poker kit. Yeah.
That's the brain.
Kits and bits. Given how hard it is, I might give it a miss. Besides, it's not like I can do anything with it. But do it in RNI colours. So no appeal. I asked Dale actually about the Shannon Life boat, and the starter set only comes with one scheme. But he said he did have plans to release it with a decal sheet, so you can put any number on it that you like. So if you live in Exmouth, where they've got one, you could put the Exmouth numbers on it. Yeah, I think that's what the plan is.
Is that like your Coast Guard, the RNLI?
No,
no. So the Coast Guard, HM Coast Guard are those who look after the coast.
Yeah.
And then the Coast Guard talk to charities like the Royal National Lifeboat Institution.
Oh, okay. That's what it stands
what's
for.
the other one? There's all different brands, basically. RNLI is very, very big in this country. It's like the one, if you get lost at sea, or if you need to pick it up from trying to get over from France, the RNLI are the guys that do it. They do have the mountaineering, people who go off the cliffs. There's a lot of that side of it as well. So if you get fall off a cliff, they'll call there's the Dartmoor Rescue or the Cliff Rescue guys. They're another charity. But yeah, the RNLI is the number one. But Coast Guard is paid for by Her Majesty. That's why it's called HM Coast Guard.
Got it.
His Majesty's Coast Guard. So, but yeah, I can't wait to get the new lifeboat and build that one. That's definitely on my list to do this year. Try and get that done within a week or so. Yeah.
I think it would be good for Airfix to release HMS Warspite as well.
Do you reckon?
Well, HMS Warspite was a ship that fired the first shell on D-Day.
They've got that as a Vintage Classic. Could they do it as a Vintage Classic?
Yeah, they do it. I'd like to see them release it this year as a D-Day commemorative release.
Yeah. HM Coast Guard have Cliff Rescue. Okay. I thought there was a charity that does
There's Mountain Rescue as well, isn't there?
Mountain Rescue, Dartmoor Rescue, Exmouth Rescue. There's the Peaks, isn't there? You know, Lake District Rescue. Yeah, but basically the Coast Guard is that. Graham Hutton went to Southwest Model Show type Museum weekend. Absolutely brilliant. My first model show. It was a good time there, mate. I enjoyed it there. I went on the Sunday. It was really good. Lots of models there. So if you went by ISCA Scale Model Show, my models were there. There was only 3 of us there actually. So the majority of the models was me and Tim's on that day. So if you saw ISCA's, most of them were a lot of them were my kits and Tim's kits. You may have seen a TARDIS there, and one of the modelers built a TARDIS out of resin, and Star Wars.
Do you know Tim Hedworth, Moss?
No.
He lives down your way.
People say that, right? Do you know how far I live? You know, Somerset, Devon, Cornwall. You know,
I think he lives near the
Land's End is like a 4 or 5 hour drive.
I think he lives near the Oval.
Oh, he lives near you. It's in the other state, but
Yeah, Yeovil's in Dorset. Yeovil's in Dorset.
Yeah, Yeovil's about 40 minutes from me.
Yeovil, I think, is about an hour and a half from me.
Where's that? Sorry, Wayne.
I think Yeovil's about an hour and a half for me.
You gonna go to it this year?
Yeah.
Depends.
I know it's the M4 for you, but it's not a bad drive.
It's Newport it is that kills the
Yeah.
thing because you got the 50 zone.
Yeah. They've never sorted that road, have they? The M4 into Wales is just dog shit, isn't it?
Like once you're out of Newport, it's back to 70 in either direction. So whether you're going over the bridge, that's 70. But then when you go into Cardiff way, you're back to the 70. It's just Newport is a problem.
It's because people in Newport can't count to 70, so they have to.
They were saying it's due to emissions, but
Is that what it is?
Oh, they don't smell that bad. Come on.
I know it's in Somerset. I was just saying, Bovington's in Dorset. You got Yeovil in Somerset. You know, it was down your way. The West Country is like people
foreign parts to me.
From Cheltenham all the way down to Cheltenham all the way down to what's it called? Cornwall, isn't it? Near Land's End.
I spent a nice couple of weeks in Rossilly. That was nice.
Rossilly.
Yeah, it was nice down there.
It's like when I went to because my mum was Welsh, and we used to go to Barry, and I went there about 5 years ago to have a look, and the what's it? You know, the ride with the horses. What do they call it?
Yeah.
The horses had no heads and stuff like that. It was like proper dive now.
yeah, Barry has gone downhill. It's not Barry Bados anymore.
It's not Barry. No. Even even the Scots don't go there anymore. They end up back at Blackpool now. Blackpool's far enough.
Barry Paul, that's where it is. Do you know what? I had a truck driver say to me once. He said, "Do you know what the best thing to come out of Wales is?" I said, "No." He goes, "The M4."
I do like Wales. I think it's a lovely county.
Yeah, I mean,
lovely county, Wales.
I spent a couple of weeks down, as I said, in Rossley. Well, it was all over the Mumbles. It was really nice. Loved it.
Yeah. Do the RNLI and the other emergency services, do they all train and work together when required? Yeah, fire service, RNLI, they all work together. Yeah, when there's certain things. If they do everything, including lifeguards now. So if you go to certain beaches that are RNLI, between the flags, they're there to, they're like how Baywatch, basically. I think you could say. They're like how Baywatch without the bikinis and the blonde hair.
The mankinis.
A lot of the blokes there have got blonde hair, surfers, isn't it? So my mate got a camper van, an old-fashioned Volkswagen camper van, and he put surfboards on top. He's never surfed in his life, but he said if you go to Cornwall, you get more respect if you go in a camper van which has got surfboards bolted on. He doesn't surf, but he said he's able to get into more places because he looked cool because his camper van has got surfboards on.
Does he get stuck on the hills going to into Cornwall though?
Some hills.
Well, isn't it surfing capital of the UK, Cornwall?
Yeah. Run to the Sun was massive back in the day.
Was it?
Yeah. Brian Wimmer, be careful what you say. I live in Blackpool now. Fair enough. I've been Blackpool a few times because Exeter City used to play Fleetwood up there quite a bit back in the day. When you go down on the trams, you see the Fisherman's Friend factory there, don't you?
Mm.
You know, with Fleetwood. Yeah.
Do you suck on the Fisherman's Friend, Ross?
I like a Fisherman's Friend, I do. I used to cut out the fishing boat and make it a tattoo on my arm. You're so rude, James. I don't know why you're on it.
James, you're funny.
Yeah. Everyone has their cross to bear. Blackpool's a great. I enjoy it. I got my first tattoo in Blackpool. It's got my first tattoo. Loads of tattooists.
Is that if lost, please return to?
Yeah, it was the case there. That
I got my first in Boston.
Your first tattoo in Boston, is it? Begins with B, yeah. Any questions in the chat, folks? If you want to chuck them in, and we'll answer them as best we can. If anyone has any advice. Tigers, yeah, shut up. Doing all right now. We've brought some players in now. We're going up the table now. We're nearly close to relegation zone. Now we're back in the middle of the pack now.
Alex, your F-15 is looking fantastic. I've been working on mine a lot too, so that's looking great, dude.
I think he's overweathered it.
It's only
no, he's masking it to do the camo. Right.
I'm joking.
He's trying to give Sully a run for his money on weathering it.
That's looking fantastic, man.
Can you send some of that tape to Moss when you finish with that? I think he's going to need it for that BV.
I think he's going to need more than tape.
So Alex, you've got the two-colored tape, the dark blue and the light blue. Are you going to sequentially? You're going to paint and then take off one or the other?
Yeah, I am that stupid. Yeah.
No, that's.
So I color coded it. I don't have any white, so this is like for the white areas, and this is for the sort of Soviet aircraft blue.
Okay.
Everything else is great.
Okay. So what scheme have you done for that one then, Alex?
I've done. There's a splinter camo, like a Russian splinter camo that the aggressor squadrons use.
Yeah, there is.
Okay.
It's the 57th and the 65th, I think. And they have them sort of done up in mock Soviet splinter schemes.
Okay.
Cool.
Sounds like fun.
It sounded like a good idea before I started masking. And now I'm not so sure.
So you've done that, but when I've done Splinter, I've done it all over the one colour, then masked off and then sprayed on top of that. You're doing it a different way, aren't you?
Yeah, because I've done all the pre-shading. I don't want to lose it with doing like the grey over it and then.
Oh, I see. Yeah,
I get that.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah.
But yeah, I am doubting my sanity now. Definitely.
I was going to say, surely just a Flory wash would have sorted that. Like, you know.
Wash your mouth out.
Hey Moz, have you heard about the Blackburn Beverly? I would love that as an Airfix kit.
Cool, yeah.
Who wouldn't want a Blackburn Beverly? But don't worry, there's one coming.
Cool, wish.
They've raised about £15,000 towards buying the one for the museum, haven't they?
Yeah.
They used to have one at Hendon, didn't they? Is it still there?
That's the one, isn't it?
It was it was in Transport Command 1960s colours, wasn't it?
Mm. I would like to see a Blackburn Beverly definitely in a kit,
or an Argosy.
Yeah. Celtic West. What do people think of parts kits, e.g., Lancaster cockpit or 109 flight panels?
Yeah.
I agree.
You know
John.
these models of the interior and instrument panel of an F-16.
Yeah.
That's the one I think of.
Really.
Or the F1, is it F-104 cockpit that one of them used to do?
The Starfighter.
Starfighter,
Yeah.
I'd rather build the whole kit.
Yeah.
Then lose a detail, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So the Hender was dismantled in 1974.
Oh, right. That's how long ago it's been since I've been at Hendon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would. I like to see I'd definitely like to see a Blackburn Beverly. I reckon you'll see one this year or next year.
Yeah, they're a funny looking plane, aren't they? They're a bit like a bumblebee with a T-tail.
Is it the what was that plane? Is it the box car? Is that
the flying box car? That was a twin.
Yeah. Apparently that's a nightmare to build because it's actually 4 sections. It's not like 2 halves stuck together. It's in 4 bits, isn't it?
Well, the Skyvan's like that as well. The Airfix
Skyvan, sorry, yeah.
That had a floor and a ceiling, and then you had 4 slab sides to go around.
Yeah. That'd be a nightmare.
Weird.
Those east side cockpits now Italy are very popular actually.
Ishii.
If you put it Google Translate and you speak it, it's Isai.
Well, I had an Isai kit video out once, and an Italian bloke commented me, and he said it's pronounced Ishii. You idiot!
Not Esky then. Esky's another one. Esky's another way of saying it, isn't it?
Well, I called it Isai.
Yeah,
I thought it was Esky.
He went mental.
Yeah.
It's like Meng. You know Meng, the Chinese company, that's properly pronounced Mong.
Mong, isn't it? Yeah, we had that.
Just, but how could you pronounce it Mong in England and sell it?
Well, it's like it's like the country of Phuket, isn't it? If you say that properly, fuck it. It is, though, isn't it? PH is F, isn't it?
Fuck it, yeah.
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 Yeah. Oh, I've always
got something else going through my mind, but I don't want to say it. Sorry.
Ishai. I think there's all different ways you can say it. I think they should release the Merlin engine as a kit. Well, I think they can. I think the 124 Spitfire Merlin could be a standalone kit.
Absolutely.
Or even if you included the cockpit inside with the seat.
There are quite a lot of models on the market that are just aero engines, though, aren't there?
Yeah.
Didn't AMT mess about with some American radial engines at one time?
I think you might be right. Well, it's like, Airfix back in the day. I know it's not like it's more of a snap kit, but they did the turbo engine and the Cortina engine, didn't they?
The internal combustion engine.
If they could get somebody to reproduce them as a Merlin engine, that would be absolutely fab, wouldn't it?
What scale would you want it?
The scale they've done it at, it was like 1/8 of a scale, wasn't it? 1/8 scale, wasn't it? The internal combustion engine.
I can't remember what scale they were. I remember the kits coming out.
I've got one upstairs, the internal combustion engine, which has got the Hayes sticker on it, Airfix.
Yeah.
But it's missing the springs for the valves.
Right.
The rocker and the valves. They haven't got the spring on it.
I think Revell do the visible V8 as well, don't they?
They do. They did, yeah.
Well,
all clear panels, wasn't it, at the side?
Yeah.
Paints as well.
Engine or something it was called, wasn't it?
Yeah. The Merlin could be 24 scale. Yeah, I don't see why they don't release it. It's only, but then it's across 2 sprues, isn't it? That engine build, isn't it? All right, Kelton, you know what coffee bean 100 in Welsh is?
No, you'll get banned, Moss. You'll get banned.
We got a Welsh guy here. What's coffee bean 100 in Welsh then, Wayne?
I don't speak Welsh.
Yes, you do.
He's not saying because he's polite.
The only Welsh I know, the only Welsh I know is Araf, because that's what they got on the road for slow, isn't it?
Yes.
That's the only one I know.
But
Moss,
what
copy
Celtic said,
100 into Google Translate and have your mic on mute. Then you'll understand why you don't say it.
No, you don't say it.
no, you don't.
The word is C and ends in T. We're just thinking of fitting the Merlin in a 1/24 scale car kit. That would be pretty funky.
Yeah, there was one car that did have it. The Beast, wasn't there?
There was on top here, wasn't it? They had the ME109. They had an ME109 engine, and they had Spitfire engine in cars, didn't they?
Yeah, I think so.
The Spitfire car is on Dartmoor. The guy who owns it is near Haytor, I think, on Dartmoor.
Yeah, but the engine wasn't really out of a Spitfire, was it? It was
No.
a Rockwell tank,
Yeah.
which is the same engine but without the supercharger.
Yeah,
You just sourced it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they could do the cockpit and engine as one kit. I think they could. Yeah, it'd be good if they did. When I went up to Airfix at Margate, they had it there, didn't they? They had the engine and the interior of the cockpit as one built piece in their display room. So,
Do you think if a company built a range of engines, do you think they'd sell well? Because some people would find it interesting just to see what the engines look like. I mean, the Seeking engine is a weird looking thing, isn't it?
yeah. I don't know. I put my hands up and just say, what does work? I think, I don't know. I think if there's a niche in the market and you want to become a scale model manufacturer, you would do that.
Or look
But
at
the likes of the Revell, the Airfix, the Tamiyas, they don't want to get involved with that because they want to sell.
Look at Acom. They've brought out all these turrets from the World War II battleships.
Mm. Oh, by the way, folks, that Meteor they released at the the Meteor that they released last year for the club kit, Airfix club kit.
Yeah.
Oh.
Airfix sold out with that within 6 months. It was so popular, they sold out of that kit. So if you've got one, an Airfix club exclusive Meteor, that one, keep hold of it because it might be worth a few bob because they sold out with that. That's why they went to digital only at one point because they couldn't do the kits anymore. They'd run out. If you want a Hawk first and last, there's plenty on the discount side of it. Anyways, folks, it's 10 tonight. It's a bit of a pause tonight. I'm really sorry about the. Normally we have a good old debate, don't we, for an hour and a half? But maybe it wasn't one to talk about really part count. We seem to have covered it quite quickly tonight. We'll think of a better topic next time.
I think the issue was it was a lack of parts.
Lack of parts, yeah. Very good. Very good.
Yeah, all the parts are in the space department.
We're back again next week. I'm doing some lives this week. I'm going to try and I've got the Agostini have asked me to show off their new Ferrari collection that they've got in their new range. I'm going to show that off in a video. I'm going to do a live stream of me building the Mustang this week. So if you're channel members, you'll get to see that first. Because what I'll do is I'll do that live for the channel members, and then I'll release it after so everyone else can watch it as a repeat, as a rerun. So that's being done this week.
Moss being like the BBC.
And and I have
lots of news.
And I'm going to start doing that Rockwell ASAP as well. So I need to do some reporting on that as well. So, which should be good. Anyway, folks, I hope you had a good evening with us. We'll shove a bit early tonight, and we'll be back again next Monday with a better topic to discuss.
Did you want to poke the quick builds that are in Lidl at the moment?
Oh yeah, the quick builds.
What?
They've got the Audi, Spitfire, Spit, the Typhoon. No,
I didn't see a Typhoon, but I did see a Jaguar F Pace or an E Pace or something. Isn't that one of the new kits they've released?
The I-Pace it was. It's the I-Pace.
The I-Pace.
The I-Pace is in there.
There are 2 Lidls.
Lidl's it is. They've got
Lidl's,
a good range of quick builds in this week. So if you want to grab us, have a quick build, take it from there. So yeah. Anyway, folks, we'll call it a night tonight. Thanks all for watching, and we will see you next week. Have a good one. Bye.